2025 has arrived, so that means I'm going to share my top 15 most anticipated movies of the year. Hi, my name is Nathan, and I talk about a lot of movies on this channel. If you're new here, down below in the comment section, share your picks for your 15 most anticipated movies of 2025 over on my channel. I have more content like this. Check those out once this video is over. And if you enjoy this video, click the like button. Be sure to subscribe because it really does help a lot. And yeah, I'm late to posting this video because my life just got a little bit crazy. If you haven't already noticed, I moved houses. So that got in the way of a lot of things. And now I'm finally able to shoot this video. With that said, let's just get straight into it. Kicking off our top 15, Karate Kid Legends. This is the movie that's going to follow up the show Cobra Kai, which my brother absolutely loves. And so he's really excited, which makes me very excited as well. The trailer that they cut for this one I thought was pretty good, where it gave out Daniel, Jackie Chan's character in that one, and kind of merges them together. It gave out some potential cool fights that could happen in it. I'm still not entirely sure what it's about, but I like Cobra Kai. Like this last season of Cobra Kai, I've been a little bit more shaky on, but that because my brother's really excited, that makes me excited to watch this new movie and have some fun with. And so I might not be the biggest Cobra Kai fan at this moment, but I will still be watching this movie opening night because Cobra Kai and the Karate Kid franchise in general is just such a big part in this household because of my brother. Number 14, Thunderbolt. This is one that I want to place higher than I actually do, but for me, I couldn't place as many Marvel movies on here as I normally do because Marvel's track record has just kind of been all over the place. Other than that, Thunderbolts is still on this list. It is my most anticipated MCU movie of the year at this moment, where it essentially is Suicide Squad in the MCU, where they take characters that are kind of anti-heroes and turn them into sort of heroes that are forced to do heroic things for the government. The trailers made it look like a ton of fun, especially with like the Red Guardian in it. He looks like a lot of fun in this movie. You also get an update on Bucky, who's going to be in this movie, Yelena, and a whole bunch of other people. The trailer just made it look like a whole lot of fun. I can't place it as high as I want to because Marvel's track record has been all over the place. But as of the day I'm shooting this video, we did get the Daredevil trailer, and it looked good, so hopefully they could do something special with this film. Number 13, Dogman. Now, if my brother was really excited for Karate Kid because he's such a big fan of Cobra Kai, on the other hand, I am very excited for Dogman later this month because I grew up reading the Dogman books. Still, actually, I have some of the books sitting on the shelf right there that you cannot see. And the trailer for this movie made it look like a faithful adaptation of Dogman. I have read most of the books and growing up, and I have so much nostalgia for these characters, the type of humor that the author Dave Pilkey had to offer. I remember all of the characters, and even the way they did the animation in the trailer, it looked like it was kind of done by a little kid, which is exactly what Dogman is for. Will it be one of the best movies of the year? Absolutely not. But as of this month, which is actually a pretty good month for January, surprisingly, Dogman is one of my most anticipated movies of the year, surprisingly, because I just have such a fond nostalgia for the book, and the trailer did make it look like a lot of fun. Number 12, Shelby Oaks. If you don't know what this is an upcoming horror movie from director Chris Stuckman. Chris Stuckman, if you're anywhere near the movie space on YouTube, he is one of the biggest YouTubers on the platform that does movie reviews. He has about 2 million subscribers, and he's been working on this passion project, which was this movie. He kept posting updates of this movie on the channel. It premiered at a festival last year. Now, the initial reviews haven't been quite as positive as it being placed on this list, so that's why I had to knock it back from the top 10. But it's very interesting to me and always very fascinating when a YouTuber like Chris Stuckman, when somebody wants to tell a story through filmmaking and actually is able to do that, has this passion for filmmaking. And I just love when, like, now content creators on YouTube are able to do that. And so I'm very interested in seeing what Chris Stuckman has to offer. I don't even know what this movie's about, but I'm excited to see what Chris Stuckman does with his first movie. Number 11, Michael. This is the Michael Jackson biopic that comes out later this year, of course. It is directed by Antoine Fuqua of Training Day, the Equalizer movies, and I enjoy Training Day. I enjoy the Equalizer movies. He's done a whole bunch of action movies, Denzel Washington movies, and now he's doing a Michael Jackson biopic film that cost $150 million to make. That sounds like an insane budget to me for a biopic. I don't know if this movie will make its money back, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be a very interesting biopic. Michael Jackson, of course, is one of the most influential pop stars of all time, and they're making a movie about him from a director that I enjoy, and with its big budget, I'm not sure how they're going to utilize that. I was thinking more like an Elvis type film where they stylize it. I don't know the budget of Elvis, but I really dug that movie for its style. And so maybe you could do something a little bit different. Now, maybe a trailer needs to be here for it to actually crack the top 10, but I'm liking what I'm hearing for this movie, so I'm excited. Kicking off the top 10, Predator Badlands. This is one of 2 Predator movies coming out this year. The other one releases on Hulu. This is the theatrically released one. I believe that it is from the same creative team that did Prey, which is easily the best Predator film since the original. It dropped on Hulu. It's this Predator prequel. I'm not even sure what this movie is about. I haven't looked at the premise. But the fact that this creative team is making a new Predator movie this year that's actually released in theaters and not hard to watch. Like, I didn't have Hulu at the time, so I didn't watch Prey until a couple years later, and I really dug it. So I think that this is going to be, it might be something special because we got Alien Romulus earlier this year. That's one of my favorites of the year. I think I listed it down as my favorite movie of the year. I really dug it. And so maybe they could do something really special with a new theatrical Predator experience. Number 9, Wicked for Good. Now, Wicked was not a movie that was at all one of my most anticipated movies of 2024, but then I saw the film and it just ended up being a great movie. In fact, as I mentioned just earlier, Alien Romulus was my number 1 movie of the year. Wicked was my number 2 movie of the year. Those were the 2 best movies of the year. So naturally, when a movie makes it that high up on the list, I'm very excited. And the same creative team is behind it, of course. I think they've already finished filming it. They're just going to release it on Thanksgiving. So, and it looks like it's going to continue the story in a satisfying way where the musical numbers are just going to hit harder, I believe, because the first one they already hit really hard. So I'm just really excited to see what they do with this one. Number 8, Sinners. This is Ryan Coogler's new movie that is a vampire film starring Michael B. Jordan as 2 people, and they're in this town and they get hunted by vampires. Sounds awesome to me. The trailer that they cut was really good, and this is a movie I hadn't heard of until the trailer, and Ryan Coogler has a great track record. He has done Creed and the 2 Black Panther movies, so he has a great track record for films, and to see him doing this period piece vampire movie, it looks awesome. It has a star-studded cast in it, so yeah, I'm really excited. Easily makes it in the top 10. Number 7, 28 Years Later. Now, in all respectiveness, I have not seen 28 Days Later or 28 Weeks Later. I don't have a lot of familiarity with the franchise that this movie is set in, and my excitement is purely based on anything else. So I can't really comment on my familiarity with the previous films of this franchise as my excitement for this movie. But what makes me really excited for this movie is that people who are fans of 28 Days Later franchise are also responding very positively to the reactions to this movie. I know that this is like a sort of a zombie apocalypse franchise. I have not seen the previous two films, like I said, so that's all I know about it. And people who are fans of the franchise have been responding positively to the trailer that they dropped. I have seen the trailer that they dropped. It looked really, really good. And also I found out that it was from the director Danny Boyle, who also just has a great track record for movies. Now, he did some prestige movies, I'm sure. One of them won Best Picture, I think. It was Slumdog Millionaire. And he did 127 Hours, which are movies I haven't seen. But he did also do Yesterday, this movie that I thought was really cool. It was about like a guy that's a fan of the Beatles wakes up in a reality that where the Beatles don't exist, and so tries to pass the songs off on his own. That was a pretty cool movie. So this is a director that knows what he's doing, and it's written by Alex Garland, the guy that did Civil War last year. I know it's controversial, but I think it's very good. He did Ex Machina, so it's from a creative team that know what they're doing. And what's even more impressive to me is that it's shot on iPhones, and so I want to see like. I've never seen a movie shot entirely on an iPhone that's not like super low budget, so I'm very interested in seeing what they have to offer with this movie. I think they might deliver something special, and I'm most likely going to watch the previous movies of this franchise in preparation for this film. Number 6, F1. If you don't know what this is a new race car movie, Formula One race car movie. It stars Brad Pitt in the lead, and it's from Joseph Kosinski, the director of Top Gun Maverick. Sign me up. Right there. I'm really excited for that. He has, with racing sequences, some racing movies that I've seen have really intense sequences. If the guy that did Top Gun Maverick can apply that to a racing movie, I'm all for it. And if he could have some character work there, the way that Top Gun Maverick did it, I am absolutely there for it. And so this is easily on this list simply for that reason. And so, yeah, really excited for this movie because it's from the guy that did Top Gun Maverick. It has Brad Pitt in it once again, and yeah, very excited. Kicking off the top 5, The Conjuring Last Rite. Now, I sort of have a love-hate relationship with the Conjuring franchise, where half of their movies are really good, half of them are really forgettable, bland, or bad. But what makes this movie in my top 5 is that the mainline Conjuring movies, Conjurings 1, 2, and 3, they have a great track record of being just really good horror movies. The first one in particular is really good. The second one is kind of a rehash, but it's still effective. The third one I actually like more than the second one, where it did something a little bit different, and I really dug it. And so the Conjuring mainline franchise has a great reputation of just being some of the best films in the Conjuring franchise. We don't have a trailer. I'm not really sure what this one's about, but it is a new mainline Conjuring movie, and for that reason, I'm excited. Number 4, Ballerina. This is the John Wick spin-off starring Ana de Armas, where John Wick apparently plays a large part in it. Now, there's not much to say here. I love the John Wick movies. I absolutely adore the main set of movies that we have at this moment, and I think maybe they got better as they went along. I'm not sure what my ranking would be, but I just love all of them. And so, even when they're doing a spin-off, when you put John Wick in the trailer and you say he's playing a big part in it, sign me up, I'm all for it. I also like that Ana de Armas is being in a lot more stuff lately, where she was in The Gray Man with the Russo brothers. That wasn't a particularly memorable or good movie or anything like that, but she was in it. She was working with bigger studios and making it into more movies. So I also like that she's able to be the main star in an action movie set in the John Wick universe. And the trailer that they cut simply looked awesome. Now, this might have even been higher, but it's not directed by the guy that did the previous four. It's from the guy that did the Total Recall remake. So I have a little bit of reservations, but the trailer that they cut looked absolutely awesome, and it looked like it was going to be filled with all that action. So I'm all here for it. Kicking off the top 3, James Gunn's Superman. Now, this might be your guys' most anticipated movie of the year. It seems to be the most common answer for that. This is, after Creature Commandos, his next project in his new DC universe. And it is very, very interesting, as it has a new guy playing Superman, And the trailer that they cut made it look like it was pulled straight out of the comics. And what James Gunn does so well is have such big hearts in his movies. So all the green flags are pointing towards this movie. How it'll play out into this new DC universe, I can't say my preference from a previous franchise or anything like that. I just know James Gunn has a great track record with superhero movies. Superman is very popular. This is the first time we're seeing Superman on the big screen since the post-credit scene of Black Adam. The trailer that they cut, like I said, the music that they play in the background, it brought out some nostalgia for people who are fans of Christopher Reeve's Superman, me included. I'm a fan of Christopher Reeve, so I am very interested in what he's going to do with this movie. So obviously, it's one of the most anticipated movies of the year. Our runner-up is The Monkey. Now, unlike Superman, which is big, mainstream blockbuster that everybody is excited for, on the opposite side, The Monkey. This is a movie that comes out next month that I was really excited for ever since Longlegs came out. It is from director Oz Perkins, and I thoroughly enjoyed what he did with Longlegs and how unique that movie was, and how it was one of the largest openings for an indie film. And so then he follows that up with Stephen King's short story The Monkey, and he adapts that onto the big screen. The trailer that they cut made it look like it was campy and cheesy in all the right ways, while still managing to look like a really tense, terrifying film at the same time. If he can balance those two out well, I have a feeling that he will make a very special film in this one. And I want to promote movies like this more, that are more independent, smaller budgeted, and the ones that people aren't paying enough attention to, so that people go, hey, I want to see that. And I absolutely want to see this movie because I thoroughly enjoy what Oz Perkins did. I am very excited for this one. But for me, in first place, Mission Impossible 8, The Final Reckoning. And for me, it is not even close. Like, The Monkey, very excited for. If The Monkey was up here, Mission Impossible shot up all the way to space in my anticipation level. This is the best action movie franchise that we have today, where this franchise has, of all the movies on this list that have previous franchise track records, this franchise just has the best track record. Except for Mission Impossible 2, the third one is the best of the first three films. The fourth one came out, and it's better than the first three. The fifth one, arguably better than the fourth one. The sixth one came out, and it's the best of the bunch. The seventh one is even better than the sixth one. This franchise is a franchise that just kept getting better and better and better, and never let up. Adding to that, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning ended up being my favorite movie of the year of 2023, and I stand by that. I absolutely love that film. For a nearly 3-hour long film, it just flies by really fast. Christopher McQuarrie, ever since he stepped in, he's directed the best movies of this franchise with Rogue Nation, Fallout, and Dead Reckoning, and he's directing this movie, which I will be shocked if it even tops Dead Reckoning, but it's likely that it will. The trailer that they cut as the final Mission Impossible movie gave out some of, like, just really amazing action sequences, stunts that they potentially are going to appear in this movie. Every single green flag in my mind is pointing directly to this movie, and so for me, it's not even close for me. I love the Mission Impossible franchise. I love these movies. Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, easily at number 1 for me. There you have it. Those are my picks for my most anticipated movies of the year. Down below in the comment section, share your picks over on my channel. I have more content like this. Check those out right now. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end. I will see you in the next one.